Hello dear viewers, welcome to this edition of the News in English with me, Sarah Shanhore. We'll begin with the headlines. France has convicted 8 individuals in relation to the genocide against the Tutsi in the past 12 years. Bank of Kigali has hosted Rwanda's Chinese community. Now straight to the details. I'm glad you're able to join us for this edition of the news. Now, starting September 2nd, a French court will begin hearing an appeal in the case of the writer Charles Onana, who was convicted of genocide denial for making statements denying the genocide against the Tutsi in Rwanda through a book he wrote. The lawyer, Richard Gisagara, who closely follows genocide against the Tutsi cases being tried in France, told us that this case will be followed by that of Rwandan Safari Majaliwa, who is accused of involvement in the genocide against the Tutsi here in Rwanda. Last month, the Paris Court of Assize sentenced Rwandan Eugene Rwamucho to 27 years in prison on appeal after finding him guilty of complicity in genocide and crimes against humanity committed during the genocide against the Tutsi. Now, following the trial, Richard Gisagara confirmed that 2 more cases are expected to be heard this year. He notes that the cases related to the genocide against the Tutsi that have been tried in France have played a major role in helping to establish the truth about the history of the atrocities. Beyond France, he says, trials have also made those who attempt to deny the genocide against the Tutsi more cautious about doing so. Over the past 12 years, 8 Rwandans have been convicted by the Paris Court of Assize for crimes related to the genocide against the Tutsi in Rwanda, and all were found guilty. The most severe sentence handed down so far has been life imprisonment, which has been imposed on 3 of the perpetrators. Now, moving on, members of the RPF Inkotanyi Party in Kigali have pledged to take the lead in monitoring the implementation of the manifesto that the President of the Republic and Chairman of the party, His Excellency Paul Kagame, promised Rwandans. They made the commitment on Saturday during a General Assembly held in Gasabo District. Speaking on behalf of the party's Secretary General, the Senator, Charles Murigande, reminded them that every party member must play a role in implementing the manifesto that the President promised Rwandans for the period from 2024 to 2029. The members say they have taken the message seriously and adopted strategies to put it into action. During the General Assembly, members commented on activities implemented in 2025-2026, including the 10.9-kilometer Murindi Gasoji Rusororo Kabuga Road that President Paul Kagame promised local residents. Construction works on the road are nearing completion. Other activities include the relocation of the residents of Nyabisindu in Gasabo District, who have been living in areas that could pose a risk to their lives, so that they could be properly resettled. More than 2,000 houses are being constructed in the area, among other activities. Now, those who closely follow, that is, issues related to families, say it is important to properly prepare couples who are about to marry so that they clearly understand their responsibilities. This comes as 75 couples who had been living together without being legally married entered into legal matrimony on Saturday in Gasabo District. Those who got married say they are committed to avoiding habits that could destroy their families. The Minister of Gender and Family Promotion, Console Wimana, recently called on troubled families to be supported and guided. The senior pastor at Adeper Church, Isai Ndaize, has observed that supporting Christians contributes to building strong families with cultural values and values based on the Word of God. A total of 93 couples got married at different times, including 75 couples who entered into legal marriage on Saturday. They then proceeded to get married in the Adeper Church, Gasabo Parish, where the total number of couples who have been married there is now at 190. The Rwanda National Police is warning traders dealing in substandard foods and beverages, as well as those selling them in unhygienic places, to stop, as inspections will soon be conducted, and anyone found violating the regulations will face penalties. Now, in different parts of the city, particularly in areas where large numbers of people gather, hawkers are, as well as products displayed outside, continue to be seen, raising concerns about their quality and hygiene. To make things worse, some people buy whatever is available without paying attention to its quality. The Rwanda National Police says traders should assess themselves and ensure that their products meet the required standards before they are subjected to penalties. Nutrition experts remind traders that maintaining quality and hygiene is not only an obligation, but also a way of protecting consumers' health. Members of the general public are urged to remain vigilant and avoid food and beverages that could put their health at risk. Now, the Bank of Kigali has commended the strong relationship between the bank and the wider Chinese community living here in Rwanda, saying it is committed to continuing to provide them with tailored financial services suited to their business activities in recognition of their loyalty to the bank. And Nora Gladys with more.
During an event hosted by Bank of Kigali for the Chinese community in Rwanda, Lin Yanduo, a representative of the Chinese community, said the bank has been a reliable partner and has also helped members of the community stay connected with people and network back in China more conveniently. The Chinese community in Rwanda has long played an important role in strengthening ties between Rwanda and China, particularly in trade, investment, and culture, while supporting Chinese businesses and investors to operate and thrive in Rwanda. As one of Rwanda's leading financial institutions, Bank of Kigali has strong capacity and professional services, as well as partnerships with major Chinese state-owned banks, including the Industrial and Commercial Bank of China, China Construction Bank, and Bank of China. This makes it a strong financial partner for the Chinese community in Rwanda. The Chinese ambassador to Rwanda, Gao Wenki, also described Bank of Kigali as a long-standing and reliable partner, saying its support has contributed to strengthening the positive relations between Rwanda and China.
Impressed by innovation-driven and diversified portfolio of Bank of Kigali, which has been a trustworthy partner to the Chinese embassy over the years. I am also inspired by deepened connections between BK and the local Chinese community, as well as the enhanced economic cooperation between China and Rwanda in a broader sense. This year holds specific significance. It marks the 55th anniversary of diplomatic relations. The decades-long relationship between our two countries has been defined by deep political trust, strong mutual support, close exchanges at all levels, and tangible economic benefits that have reached both our peoples. Home to the second largest consumer market, China offers various economic incentives globally. On May the 1st this year, China fully implemented the zero tariff policy for 53 African countries, which has spurred exports of growing range of African products to the vast and dynamic market.
Bank of Kigali CEO Dr. Diane Karusisi said Chinese nationals have a strong understanding of business and entrepreneurship, adding that the bank values their decision to work with it. She said the bank continues to develop innovative services aimed at meeting their needs and maintaining their trust.
It was really celebrating with the Chinese community because they've been very good clients to BK, and we are also showcasing the new opportunities that we have. Today we are talking about a new service that we'll be offering for people to be able to open accounts in renminbi, in the next couple of months, but also to send money to China instantly. So this is a process that we have started, and we wanted to share this with the community here and also get their feedback on how we should improve the service that we give them. So many of the companies that were represented here, they're into construction. And construction company, typically they need guarantees, advance payment guarantees, performance guarantees, and we're telling them that we have relationships with banks in China. So when they want a guarantee from us, they don't need a collateral. We can work with the bank, their bank in China, and be able to offer a guarantee here in Rwanda that is guaranteed by their bank in China. So this has worked very well for us in the past, and we believe it's a line of business that will continue to grow. So generally, I think everyone is very happy and satisfied with the service. They want more. And we're promising them to do more. The good thing is they also bring us their staff, they also bring us their ecosystem, which allows us to continue growing our business.
There are currently more than 1,500 Chinese nationals living in Rwanda, while more than 10,000 Rwandans are closely connected to Chinese businesses and the Chinese language. Many of them are involved in major business ventures, construction, healthcare, and manufacturing, making them an important segment of Bank of Kigali's clientele and a group for which the bank provides specialized services. Enora Gladys, RTV News.
Thank you so much for taking the time to join us for this edition. Enora Gladys will be with you in the next one, so please do join her as well. Until you see me again, goodbye.